I've made several videos about some types of monsters in the past. However, some monsters, even though they're very interesting, they just don't have enough information known about them for their own full video. And therefore, I've decided to put a few of these monsters together into one video. These monsters are the Phoenix, the Chironex, and Ruehin. And I'm not sure if I pronounced that last one correctly. All three of them have one thing in common. They only appear in Gwent. Well, kind of. In this video I want to cover these three special monsters that may to many just seem like cards in Gwent and nothing more. The first on the list is the Phoenix. The Phoenix is a mythical creature. It's described as a sentient avian dragonid and is able to live for an extremely long time. This is all thanks to the famous ability of the Phoenix to burn themselves to ashes, from which they can rise once again to start its life all over. This creature, however, is extremely rare, and many witchers believe that it doesn't exist. However, a few phoenixes have been allegedly spotted in the Koviri mountains, and the local magnates and ladies are willing to pay a lot for phoenix feathers. Still, it's unknown whether this beast exists in the world of the Witcher. Geralt himself even believes that it's just as fake as a golden dragon, as he talked about phoenixes and golden dragons not existing to board 3 jackdaws. As from the books, I quote, "But golden dragons are mythical creatures, fabled, like phoenixes. Let's say there are no phoenixes and no golden dragons." And if you know anything about Borch, you know how wrong Geralt was about that half. It could have been very possible that he was wrong about the other half as well. The Chironex. Let's introduce the second beast, the Chironex, with its description from the Gwent art book. According to legend, when a horse traversing the desert collapses of thirst near a place of power, its corpse arises as a Chironex, a demonic, unicorn-like creature born of magic, mixed with scorching heat, intense suffering, and a miserable death. The more prosaic truth: Chironexes are necrophages, cousins of ghouls and rot fiends, who migrated to the Korath Desert during the conjunction of the spheres. They are thus not born of horses or magic or overwhelming thirst, but begot by their own kind in a process best left unimagined. The Chironex is a type of the many necrophages that roam the continent. They are most oftenly found in the Korath Desert, where they roam in search of prey. It's quite understandable why people may think that it's a dead unicorn. Its body resembles that of a horse, as well as the horn on its head that looks like just the one from the unicorn. However, mistaking a Chironex for an ill unicorn may be a fatal decision. In the final words of Villemar, a famed collector of curiosities, "Gods, that's not unicorn, that's..." Let's just say they are not very friendly creatures. The third and final creature on this list is Ruehin. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it, so I'll just stick with Ruehin. It was meant to appear in the short Gwent campaign, which followed Malleore in the events after the Trident Ultimatum. I've got a full video on Malleore. I'll link it somewhere on the screen, probably with the little eye symbol somewhere. Which followed Malleore in the events after the Trident Ultimatum. He was fleeing with the Baron's daughter after the Baron of Trident had been betrayed and murdered. They hired Malleore, an elf, to help guide them through the woods in exchange for payment. Here is where they encountered Korath of Rivia, as well as Ruehin. Ruehin haunted the forest of Malleore, a monarchy in the northern kingdoms, east of Koviri, and now parts of the Hangforce League. There are stories as to how Ruehin came to be. As often happens, they include elves. In the past, the forests of Malleore were the sites of elven deaths. Many elven deaths. A lot of their blood was spilled into the soil. It is said that all this bloodshed had awoken and released an ancient demon who had been imprisoned for a long time. Ruehin's look is supposed to be horrifying, with a rope-like shape from which the insect-like limbs hold the body of a frail girl. There are several concept arts for this beast. Some take the form of a giant centipede, and others more like a crab, a four-legged creature, and there are others that make it look like a ghost. Since the story in which this creature was supposed to appear was never finished, we most likely will never learn the truth about what this creature is, and if there are more of them. To end this video, I want to ask you something. I've started to work on multiple scripts. I'm curious which one of these you would like to see first. They're all 3 sorceresses, and all will eventually get their own videos. These characters are Litanate, or better known as Coral, Sheila the Tankerville, who weirdly enough has a different name in the games and books, which sounds kind of the same but different. So yeah, that's nice. Or Tessaya de Vries. I wasn't sure which one I would start with. Also, there might be other videos in between them, since I'm thinking about doing a video about the Hangforce League soon as well. I would like to read which character you would prefer to see first in the comments. Till the next video. Bye.